but thou shalt surely drink of it. So as the brother was just going into, man, you think you gonna find your way out of this judgment that you got coming, man. But no, the Lord said that Esau was his curse to judgment, man. So you're gonna deal with it. And not only will you drink of that cup, the Lord said double unto him, man. So you got double coming to you in righteousness. Thank you, Lord.
What's going on, bro? You saw the fucking video in Tahoe.
Yeah.
You get it, that's directly in righteousness. Straight! Attack!
About what's going on in Israel. I mean, not in Israel, but in Venezuela. And it's all starting to make sense now. Because the Chile and in Argentina, they, presidents, which are puppets for Biden, what they've done is they signed legislation that allows foreigners to come in and buy up the land if it's damaged by fire. And then all these fires that have been started, and it just happened to be all these Israeli tourists who happen to be former IDF. Then they found, all right, and you see all these not Venezuelans, but Colombians, but Argentinians crying their way of life, their farms, their houses, their homes being burned down. And every place they film it, every place it happens, you see them yelling at Israeli tourists to leave, get out of here. All right, and they found the incendiary devices that they've been using, and it's all Israeli made.
That's right.
All right, so you can't get around that fact. All right, they found the explosive, the burning devices. All right, so there's tangible evidence. All right, tangible evidence of the crimes that they've been committing.
That the anti-Semites are the anti-Semites.
Pretty much. That's pretty much what it is.
You're anti-them.
So what they're doing, and then another thing, and then I'm like, well, why would they be doing that? And the spirit, I'm like, you know what? The spirit.
They have no villains no more.
The spirit led me to see what they're trying to do is get themselves a secondary home.
Yes.
Because they know the prophecies that land over there is going to get wiped out. They are
She's
surrounded.
on fire!
They are surrounded by a billion, literally, a billion brown people that do not like them, that are well armed and have missiles.
What did
Right?
Biden say? If Israel didn't exist, we'd have to create the state for them to do it.
And so what they're trying to do
No?
is they're trying to get themselves a backup plan to go into South America. And then that makes sense if they were able to get this new America where Greenland, Canada, New Mexico, Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, and now Argentina. That's what they want to do. It's all starting to make sense now. Yeah. While they're allowing them to go in there and buy up these people, and it just happens to be them. No one else is buying it up.
No one else.
So these fires are kicking off, and then they're buying up these people's land. But get that Isaiah 29 and 15, and also get that one when it says I think it's in Job when they're about to fill their belly.
Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works are in the dark.
Right, so they try to do their works and their counsel in the dark, but through the Spirit of the Lord and the prophets and the reading of the prophecies, we see right through it. Yeah. And these people that have been scoffing us for years are now starting to see that everything that everybody's talking about right now, all of a sudden, that everybody's talking about, including the mainstream media, we've been saying it for 2 decades. All right, we've been telling you about the eating of babies and the raping and the murdering and the J-ish control over the media, and the control over the government. The Federal Reserve, that's completely and totally controlled by them, and it's not even an American entity. The Federal Reserve is not a part of your government, but yet it dictates policy within your government. How do you Americans allow that to happen? All right, and now, these and all these, and what the funny thing is too, is all these are problems that are created, are allowed to happen by and being created by people with high IQs. All right, it seems that the high IQ thing has failed them miserably. All right, because financial problems, the immorality problem, and every issue that you could come up with, the opioids, the drugs, all the deaths from people taking inoculations, all those were decisions that were made by who? Was it made by Japanese people?
No.
Was it made by African people?
No.
Was it made by Hispanic people?
No.
Definitely wasn't made by black people, so-called. All right, these are all white male issues, and so white men being in control has completely flopped.
But he's
right?
high IQ.
But he's high IQ, all right, and you know, and the hell with people, but hell with all these women and children that's been raped and eaten and all this other shit.
Man.
The Dow is up.
Right.
That's what Pam Bondi said.
Shout out Pam Bondi.
So hey, I don't care about your woman getting raped. The Dow is up.
Right.
Economy's doing fine.
So the economy is fine. So it's okay that your woman is being raped. It's okay.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. All right. You know that Trump is the most transparent. Then why is his name in there? What is it? 38,000 times?
Right.
Yeah, 30. I think it was 38,000 times or something like that.
They 38,000 times. They got all the videos. They got all the pictures.
Oh,
He's smoked.
It's sick. It's sickening, man.
And
sickening.
And this is at the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
God.
It was
Okay.
one example. They were starving babies. So as the babies were starving and they were dehydrated, these motherfuckers were shoving their pig meat in babies' mouths because the fact they were starving and thirsty, they would suck hard.
Wow.
Wow.
This is in the fucking files, man. Hey, this is who rules over you, man.
Dang.
Newsflash. And that's just one event.
So they was giving the baby some protein. Huh? This is really disgusting, man.
Fuck.
You heard
They
that
don't-
song
they don't
yet
have
about
teeth,
everybody
so
on the list needs to be
They
burned?
think it's even better because they don't got teeth.
That's sick.
Damn, bro.
This is who's ruling over you, man. This is the shit that they into.
These are the high IQ people.
Ooh.
These are your people that brag about their high IQs.
Right.
Yeah, them. Those people.
This is what Desire 1 and started 8. Shall not in that day, said Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau, and thy mighty men, O demons, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. See, look at what's going on. These people, all that shit they was able to get away with, is now coming out to the forefront. And they like, how do they know now? Why, how did they figure this out? How did they get that? The same way they jumped out the motherfucking cab up there in New York. How'd y'all figure out the fucking 12 tribes
God.
and the whole deal?
But get that other scripture.
Go ahead.
I got it. This is Job. Yeah, you got it. This Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So to distract from the taking of Argentina, the burning down of Argentina and Chile, while the Israelis are trying to get themselves a backup land, all right, and distract from the fact that Pam Bondi disregarded the gang rapes and brutal rapes of the group of all of those women
That were there.
that were there.
Yeah.
All right, that she also in her fumbling gave out their personal information. You're gonna put their names out there, but you hide the names of all the men that did it to her.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So what it seems that if you are a billionaire, all right, because white males already got away with all kinds of things here, all on a regular basis. Let's just be honest about it.
All right.
When it comes to going to court for crimes and things like that, they already got away with murder. All right. Now you can go ahead and pull it up. But now it seems that even white women are not safe against your own men.
Yeah.
That you can be raped collectively, and from a little girl to your adulthood, all right, you know, it seems that white high-level multi-millionaires and billionaires are above the law. The law's for you. No, that's for you. That's for those people.
Absolutely.
All right, because the president himself and his cabinet are not following the laws of the land, and this is why we can see the division. So these racist Edomites that hate us so badly, was collecting up all their guns and firearms, you know, for the great day of racism. They're about to pew each other. All right? Now, don't get it twisted. You know, as they pew-pewing each other, if they see your brown ass, they got a couple clips just for you too.
Oh, yes.
Right? But they get ready to actually off each other. In the scripture, this thing is about to happen. So what Trump is doing now, because there's so much information coming out on him and his cabinet, I imagine a lot of people are headed for prison if this goes on. Because his cabinet they've gotten so proud they think they're him. He's the only one that has immunity from all this. You don't. Cash Patel, you don't have. J.D. Vance, well, he might have. But what's that little piece of shit? Stephen Miller, Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi. You don't have the immunity that Trump has, and that J.D. Vance might have. All right, you don't have it. Okay, so these other folks getting office, that's y'all ass. Okay, and what he's doing to avoid all this is now all of a sudden we going to war with Iran. Exactly. And so the reporter asked him, Mr. President, didn't you already completely annihilate the Iranian stockpiles? Yeah, exactly. Because he bragged about, yeah, we've totally, you know, we've violated, we totally annihilated. They have nothing. No, they have nothing. We destroyed it. It's done. Yeah, I did that.
Right.
And now, all of a sudden, he wants to show all these pictures because he's trying to pull a Bibi move. Because Bibi is in trouble with his own government. As long as he can keep the state of Israel, because don't think that them Israeli citizens are happy with him. Look, the Israeli citizens don't like that man. Okay? They tired of this perpetual war. They're leaving because they feel unsafe. This is how you know that they're not the people to live. Because matter of fact, someone can Google that. See how many Israelis have left the land of Israel in the last 6 months or so. You got a precept? Bring it out, brother. Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. It says, thou art filled with shame for glory. Thou drink thou also. Let thy foreskin be uncovered. And the cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee.
And the right hand is who the world ignorantly and fraudulently calls Jesus Christ. All right, and this is 2026. If you still believe that that's his name, that shows you that you don't have a high IQ at all. All right, you're believing in the lie. We've proven 1,000 times over what his real name is. All right, and what Jesus actually means is an insult. Okay. G meaning earth and sus meaning pig. That's the rough translation of it. So you running around calling the Lord after an abominable beast. All right. Well, it's abominable for you to eat. It's not, it's nothing wicked about a pig at all. All right. It's just wicked for you to eat it. Its purpose was never to be for human consumption. All right. If you own a lot of animals and you own land, you want to have pigs around, right? Because they clean up behind your other animals, meaning they eat the shit that garbage disposals, all right?
Yeah, when we was in Puerto Rico, and we see the pig literally eating from the trash, and my niece was like, ew! I'm like, y'all love bacon though? Ever since that, she ain't She's eating like all the shit from the garbage.
Exactly.
All the maggots.
Straight to the scraps he did.
He came out with rotten fish heads and garbage and when he came out with fruits and vegetables and nuts and stuff like that, the pig sniffed that shit, but then he threw the garbage and the fish heads and the rotten food and all, and they tore it up. That's what they want. That's the Lord made them to be living garbage disposals. All right, they'll live a nice, prosperous life, long and healthy, helping keep your your land and with all your animals. Now you ain't got to worry about stepping in horse, cow, and donkey shit every time you walk out your door because you got pigs. That's what the pig's job. The pig was not meant for you to eat. It was to clean up your land. All right, you got a lot of sheep, you got goats, you got some cows, you got horses and donkeys, beasts of burden. You know, you got some one of them big buffaloes that pull the oxen, that pull the thing, the plow, the water. All right. So what happens? The pig comes and cleans that shit up. All right, good pig. Now be gone. Go eat some more shit. And it's gonna and people and animals got a shit. So you know the pig can actually be free. He's sitting there chilling. You're chilling. All right. You get up and go to work. Somebody take a shit. He gotta get eaten out. Gotta go to work. Yeah. That's he doing his job.
It's like cheesecake. He loves it.
Right.
That's like cheesecake to him.
He doing his job.
Your life, you do what you love.
All right.
He says to do.
But yet, you people still want to, it just goes to show you. But, you know, you people allow people with high IQs, okay, to have you to put that on, and then you full of, you got high blood pressure, diabetes, and gout, and all tapeworms, and all kind of other illnesses. Well, I wonder why. Okay? But go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and shameful spewing should be on thy glory.
Right, and so this is exactly what we do. All right, and we do it cheerfully. We do it cheerfully in the name of Yahweh. All right? To take a shit on Esau's glory every opportunity that we get. Okay? And rub it in his face.
Yeah.
You know how you get a puppy, you breaking it, and when he poop on the carpet, on the rug in the house, you go put his face in it, and he don't like that feeling.
No, you don't
He
like that
damn,
feeling or
right.
that smell.
So they figure out pretty quickly. No, I ain't right. Because because the average dog, they don't eat shit. That's not their thing. Okay?
I got those numbers for you.
Go ahead, brother.
So I just typed into Google how many Israelis have left Israel since 2025. It says official government figures for 2025 indicate that over 69,000 Israelis left the country. It says this represents a continued and significant wave of immigration.
So continue, reverse immigration. Right? And what do you think they're gonna try? They're gonna try to send them right down there to all that land that burned.
Patagonia.
Okay? That's the plan. They trying to make it safe for them. Or they coming here, and the ones that come here, man, you just wait. This is not the place to be. You think it's bad, and you think it's bad in Western Asia right now. You just wait a little bit longer. Watch what happens in America. All right? I just watched this video, 2 videos that I intend to do a lesson on, and the woman, both women, going into the grit down scenario, and I never heard it quite like this. So one, I'm gonna hold my peace on. But the second lady, she spoke about, and I didn't know this, but she said it's not enough snow in the Colorado mountains. The Rocky Mountains usually get way more snow than that, and that's what. And if you ever driven through there, you drive past the Colorado River. You know, it's a gigantic Russian river, almost the size of the Mississippi, and it's responsible, and it brings water, drinking water, and things like that to more than 40 million people. All right, that need that water. I also didn't know that ChatGPT and this AI system, all right, is hooked up to the water system to the point where the computers get so hot from people using it, they actually use the water to cool the systems, but that water's not drinkable. I didn't know this. I just learned it. So every time you use ChatGPT or AI, you're diminishing the water supply to America. We're gonna run out of water. And so she breaking this down. She said, you people don't have no clue what's about to happen.
The water grid is connected to electricity, so the power goes out, the water goes out.
It does, but it's even worse than that. Listen, it's connected literally to the AI systems. Everybody's using the AI systems. She says it's something like 38 million gallons are wasted almost daily. Because you're too lazy to look up shit. You're what's they call it? ChatGPT, and what's the other name? The one that people have in their house, the Google. Alexa. This bitch Alexa. Alexa. All right. Alexa. All right. Well, so basically, the point being, I got to get this out, brother. So the point being is that all that water being used up. What she said is that the Colorado River right now, the Colorado River as it stands right now, is less than 57% of what it normally is because they didn't get the snowfall. The water levels are really low. All right, and she's just giving, and I got it. All right, it's clearly the people with high IQs don't get it. So that makes you wonder, about this whole high IQ thing. All right, that we talk about how high IQ, that's what it's like, and all technology is not good technology, and Esau loves to push technology that's harmful to the environment. He is not a very good steward of the land. As a matter of fact, he's the worst steward of all. A steward is someone who takes care of what's ever been given him. All right? And Esau has fucked up the water. He's fucked up the air supply. And God knows what he sprayed in the sky now with this weird overcast we have today. All right? The sun didn't even shine through. Okay? It was decent today. It would have got warmer if you didn't have this blockage. Okay? This man trying to play God. But this stuff, someone did that weird snow that we got, all the deers were frozen and died. You see all the deers that were frozen in their tracks? That was sad, man. That hurt my heart to see that. But they were collecting up the snow and the residue of the snow, and they found so many metals and so much shit in this last. That's why everybody got sick. Everybody got sick because it was all kinds of shit in that snow. So that means they really been spraying heavily those metals and those chemicals in the sky. But yet, none of these high IQ people in the government, as far as the presidential cabinet, has went to stop it. They don't care about you and children. All right? And I'm sorry now, I'm just mad really, but it is pretty disgusting to see what these people are doing to children. Even if the majority of the heathens, it still is just fucked up. And that white men can do these types of things to little children, all right, openly. All the evidence is out there now. No one has been arrested. So and they try to put it all on Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, like two people only, all right, responsible for multi-billion, maybe $1 trillion trafficking, child trafficking and female trafficking shit. Just those two only. Billions of dollars. People being trafficked all over the world, fake passports and shit, bringing all these girls to the island to have some of them for sex, some of them for sacrifice.
Organ harvesting.
Stem
cells.
All kinds of shit.
Experimentation. And,
now I know why my girl looks so good. What's the chick that played? That one actress. The one with the real thick lips. Kate
Cunningham?
No,
Kate
not
Winslet?
her. The one that played Thor's sister in the Marvel movie.
I forgot her.
She was just in that. She was just in that movie with Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, damn, she's still looking kind of. I know she up there.
Right.
Now I get it.
Blood.
Now I get it.
It's in the blood. I got
Go ahead, bring it out, brother.
This is just a little info on what the elder was talking about. So it says
yes, Kate Blanchett. Kate Blanchett, right.
This is the Lincoln Institute.
Because that woman got to be in her mid to late 60s. case you didn't know. Right. So you know, because you know, going back about 20 years ago, she was swimming. Go ahead.
This is from the Lincoln Institute of Land Policy. It's dated October 17, 2025. It says even a mid-sized data center consumes as much water as a small town.
That is my proof.
Right.
That's the smoking gun.
Right.
That's exactly what that woman was right. So that all this data, what does it do?
It says it consumes as much water as a small town.
God damn.
Mid-sized.
So I'm telling you, you're getting ready to run out of food and water.
It says
because these people want to tap away Alexa.
Exactly.
You know, ChatGPT.
It's about to get ugly. It says while larger ones require up to 5 million gallons of water every day.
And so how much water do you think, now knowing how they got water shortages out in California, want to restrict you from washing your ass. You can't water your garden or your lawn.
Yeah.
All right? Matter of fact, you're trying to make it legal for you to even have a garden now. Okay?
Can't collect the rainwater.
And
even if you do.
And the reason if you collect the rainwater, it's going to kill you. Secondly, now you got a smoking gun full of evidence against it. Anybody can take and scoop that rainwater and put it under a microscope and be like, God damn. No wonder the animals are walking around. But before you get that, I want you to get that they shall dwell in peace and safety alone. To go back to that. What do you say? 69,000 left.
69,000 Israelis.
Yeah. So what happened to dwelling in peace and the safety alone? And there's no prophecy that we would go home and be ran out of our land because of the threat of war, because we don't feel safe. These are not the people of the Lord, man. The people of the Lord are not in the Holy Land yet. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy 33:28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. So they ain't dwelling in safety alone right now. How many thousand left? Because they're in fear of their safety. So they ain't the real people.
They're not the people, man.
None shall make him afraid.
And it's really getting pathetic for them to try to continue to hold on to the lie. It just makes them look worse and worse every moment that goes by. And they keep throwing the same combo at every problem. Anti-Sem. Yeah, it's the same, right? Now everybody can see that combo a mile away and fade your ass. All right? And who knew about this? I didn't know about these things. And now these data centers are draining your water supply.
Yeah, because there's when you build a computer, you can either cool your computer down with fans, or you can water cool your computer, which eventually your water evaporates.
This is so you go to Google. Approximately 80%.
Send that to me.
This is from data centers and water consumption. It says approximately 80% of water, typically fresh water, withdrawn by data centers evaporates, with the remaining water discharged to municipal wastewater facilities.
It's because it's no good.
It's not potable.
All right? Get that, they shall hate on the Revelation. Somebody was calling.
I got it right here. Go ahead. The book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8.
Yeah, straight to the point.
This Revelations, verse 11, verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets.
And that's the men who've been out here hazarding our lives to do this work. All right, coming out on the highways and byways and teaching the word before the people, as the Bible says to. Not sitting up or hiding behind some church, okay? All safe and comfy.
Getting a
all right
501c3 bonus checks.
Exactly. Teach all them lies to the people.
Right.
Go ahead.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name,
right.
Small and great.
And only we know the name. Well, actually, all of y'all have heard at this point. But you're still saying Jesus, though.
Oh, yeah.
God and
Like you see,
You're still screaming some Jesus. All right, go ahead.
It says, and shouldest small and great, and shouldest destroy them, which destroyed the earth.
Right, so the Lord is going to destroy them, destroy the earth. And we just gave you solid evidence of who's responsible for that.
It ain't niggas.
All right? All right,
It ain't Spicks.
It's the Hispanics.
It ain't
Right.
Spicks.
All right?
It ain't Michael Vick.
Yeah, they build them data centers so they can implement their MOTB. That's a
That's
part
what,
of that.
that's what it all comes down to.
Yeah.
All right? So we know when they're about to fulfill their belly, they're ready to go. All right? As soon as they get their system of oppression. So in order to get that to launch their system of oppression, they need a complete collapse and shutdown. And the way it's looking is this year.
Hallelujah.
The way it's looking is this year.
Hallelujah.
Sometime between now and maybe the summer, man. Lord's will. All right? And I hope so.
Yeah, they got to do something super.
And I imagine, you know, the Passover's coming up. And every year, right after the Passover, all kind of shit starts happening. Yes, you may.
I got to get some more of it. This is from Politico because he brought it up, the AI data center. You remember that nigga Elon? He built that AI data center in Memphis from niggas, right?
Right.
It says, the name of the article is How Come I Can't Breathe? It says, Musk data center draws backlash in Memphis, Elon. It says the company's
He didn't build it
turbine.
by no white folks, did he?
No, he built it around you niggas. It says the company's turbines enough to power 280,000 homes.
Wow.
Run without emissions control in an area that leads in Tennessee asthma hospitalizations. That's just
Wow.
the air. That's just the air.
So now that asthma running rampant among these people.
And that's just the beginning of the article. I haven't even got into it, you know what I mean? It says, the turbines spew nitrogen oxides, also known as NOx, at an estimated rate of 1,200 to 2,000 tons a year, far more than the gas-fired power plant across the street or the oil refinery down the road. So it's just pollution. So not only is it fucking up the air, it's also fucking up the water. So this man's the devil, man. So he gotta go. And that's just one data center. And they're all over the world. And I doubt they built them on any plot of land that Bill Gates owns, because he owns the majority of farmland in America.
Yeah, you better believe there's none of it on his land.
Facts.
So they're cornering the market. They're monopolizing the land. You're not gonna have anywhere to go. If you want fresh air, fresh water, you're gonna have to let Bill Gates put that thing in you, man.
Yeah.
For him to let you onto his land.
And he's under fire right now. His name is all up in those fires. Okay? And like I said, Trump is pulling the BB Netanyahu. All right? Because BB kicks Israel in a state of constant war in order to avoid having to go into court and answer to the justice there. Trump is getting ready to do the same thing. All right? This felon, rapist that y'all, he been telling, all right, he been telling you grab my pussy. Before he got elected. Okay? See a bitch, hey, what's up, girl?
Right. Young girl.
Just grab him by the pussy. He told you. That's your leader.
Yeah.
That's who you chose to lead you. Okay? That's who you chose to lead you. And now to avoid his crimes, to avoid what he's done, he's getting ready to push for this war in Iran, which supposedly, because of their weapons of mass destruction capability, when he already bragged about how he completely destroyed it. All right? Which I believe it was Stephen Miller that gave that order. All right? And then Trump, without Congress. Yeah, exactly. And then they said, oh, well, Stephen said, you said.
He said, but
So,
he said, but
yeah, exactly. So Trump tried to get out that jam and ended up, because he's probably one they're going to throw under the bus.
Right.
Because they still in hot water over those ice killings of that dude up in Minnesota. That ain't went away either. All right? So clearly, white men and white women are not safe from white men and white women. in this country. If you're a white male within the government, or a white male that's in the elite class of the multimillionaires and billionaires, you are above the law. But if you're a working class white male, you are a Mercedes-Benz driving, 3-flat owning, in a nice neighborhood, the law's not on your side. And you constantly watching your shit go down and down and down. All right, because the middle class is becoming a thing of the past. The middle class is shrinking. Okay? They're deteriorating.
I remember my economist from like high school, he likened it to like a rubber band. He said one end is the rich, the other is the poor. So the further they get away from each other, this little middle class shit is good.
Damn, that's a good analogy.
It's a rubber band, you stretch it out, the rich and the poor.
You got skinny.
Yeah. Wow. The further they get away from each other. That was my economist teacher.
He knew what the fuck he was talking about.
You actually had a good economist teacher.
For once. Oh, you wasn't in CBS.
Facts. I got something. This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. And what the elder is alluding to is that this devil has to continue to start shit because the end is over for him. Yeah. He's got to continue to stir up, mix up, and start bullshit with the Bible prophesies because it's over with. He has nothing else to do.
And he's also mad too because his numbers have dwindled. Yep. And a huge majority of his women, way too many, are dating outside their race. All right? And then being impregnated by men of color. So Esau's very mad about that as well. All right? He wants to make America where he's in control of everything. Yeah. And where he's no longer, he realizes he's already the minority. He already is. Worldwide, he's been the minority. Okay? He really has. And he's worried about, and then they're talking about, Europe this, Europe that. Let me tell you something. For those of people with your supposed IQ, high IQs, your IQ is low. Europe didn't start off pale. It started off with melanated people. You people in them European countries, you're the people that's there now. You're not the people that were there prior to Alexander conquering. Alexander conquered Europe. He took over Europe from a bunch of brown people, the sons of Japheth. The original Greeks were brown. The original Romans were brown. Okay? And the same thing for all those the Celts and everyone else. The Irish, those Nordic people, all those people were brown people. They were not white people.
We're not the Vikings.
Okay? That's right. They love that Viking culture. That was not your culture. Okay? You've been lied to. History has lied to you tremendously. Okay?
His story.
Your IQ is a lie IQ. Okay?
It's a cover cast over all people.
Exactly. You do not have a high IQ, you have a lie IQ. Your history and everything is tainted. And now the truth is coming out to your shame. All right? Bring it out, brother.
Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, for there is nothing covered that should not be revealed, neither hid that should not be known.
Read that one. Which one you read? 8:17?
This is
12 and 2. Then you're going to read 8:17 right behind it.
Luke chapter 12, verse 2. It says, there's nothing covered that should not be revealed, neither hid that should not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in the darkness shall be heard in the light.
So what you've spoken in the darkness, when you started redacting information, somebody else get Isaiah 25:7. When you start rewriting and repainting, all right, when you start taking the people of Europe, of Europa, of Eurasia, Europe is in Asia, that's another lie. There's only 6 continents, not 7. Okay? Europe is in Asia. All right? The Middle East is in Asia. Right? Europe and the Middle East are Western Asia. Okay, that's why they call it the Far East. western part of Asia, Europe, and the Middle East.
Yep.
All right, they weren't called that 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. Okay, both those terms, the term Europe came shortly after the Renaissance. All right, and the Middle East came around what, in late 1800s with the East India Shipping Company, which is ran by J.O.O.'s, because it turned out that Israel in that area was midway between England and India. They started calling it Mid-East because they were going east. You know, Mid-East, you see what I'm saying? That's literally where it comes from. You just got a golden nugget. If you didn't know, now you know. The land of Israel in that area that it sits in, right, from England, we're talking about the East India Shipping Company, all right, which was born out of Britain. From Britain to India, the halfway point is the land that the whole land of Israel, Palestine, you know, the Levant. There you go. That's the halfway point, and it was halfway while traveling east, mid-east. All right, low IQ. Oh no, high IQ, not high IQ. All right. Yes, officer.
This is Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right, so the face covering cast over all people. Right, you went from history and you put your face up in places where it didn't belong. That's what you did. All right? And then you covered up the most important face that there is. You covered up Yahushua face.
Yeah.
That's why you have a whole book of Revelation.
Yep.
Why the very first line is that he's revealing himself to the world, to the churches. He has to reveal himself because what? Most of the world thinks he's Cesare Borgia. They look at the image of Cesare Borgia, all right, and in that picture, and then that one picture was painted in the early part of the 19th century, one of the newer versions of it. And that image was pushed to the whole world. Right?
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
The veil that is spread over all nations. The veil that is spread over all nations. So you are not the Vikings. I know that was stings a lot. They hate Vikings. All right, I did a video years ago. And you know that video's, I think that video's got like $25,000, $30,000 hits right now. 25 or 30,000 hits. I did a video on Harold Bluetooth and Harold Pluton, where you get the Bluetooth from. Pluton literally translates black man. Harold the Great, Harold the Black Man. All right? And then there once again, there are tangible evidences of the black Vikings. And then they hate it. There's tangible evidence of them. You can't get around it, man. Okay? And they love it. And they all kind of money off in Hollywood, Viking this and Viking that. They're always showing you some blonde Nordic dude with braids. That's all Jake hairstyle, man.
Braided like motherfucker.
All right? It's amazing how they get all the jewelry right, the weapons right, the clothing right, but you can't get the people right.
Facts.
Then I remember in the Last Kingdom, they have some Moors with them. They call them Moors. They were fighting with the Vikings, and they just had to mention the Moors. No, they were the actual Vikings. Okay? Facts. Okay, there is tangible evidence that the Brits, the Scots, and the Irish were all, you know, melanated people, so-called black people. Tangible relics, history, books. This is why they want to erase everything and put it on PDF. Why they want to waste millions of gallons of water in dinosaurs. All right? Going in and rewriting and changing the books is easy to do if everything's electronic.
Yeah, right, because you got all before the revisions, you got the old school dictionaries that you be bringing out in the lessons. They be getting mad and shit like, man, he got the old school.
Yeah.
He had to update the blue letter.
Yeah.
We was bringing out things with the blue letter to condemn. They switched that up.
Yeah, they did. They went play with the blue letter.
Yeah, so how much more history Because AI is smoking shit.
Because you know, if I can, that's when we have the Strong's Concordance. Because if you have an old Strong's Concordance, you got a blue letter. Because they were almost identical. They were the same thing. All right, and even that goes off. But a lot of them wicked ass changes that they've done, PDF files, when you try to go on YouTube now. So look, you know, and I think it was Murph that said it. Well, it was either him or you want. But no, it was Murph. He said the Hebrew Israelites basically made the whole world read their Bibles. Especially the Great Millstone. Because the scholars started reading again to try to disprove it. And when you do that, you find out that you can't. That's what happened to the author of Lost Tribes and Promised Lands, Ronald Sanders, when he wrote that book. And there's so much information in that book. It lets you know the Apocrypha was a part. They know that they've always known that the Northern Kingdom was made up the tribes that were here, that came here to the Americas. And they didn't come through the fucking Bering Strait. They came here on ships, and they came around the Horn of Africa, into the islands and into South America, and they filled up America, up going north, up toward Canada and Greenland. Okay? They didn't come across the Bering Strait into Greenland and Canada and Alaska and down into the Americas. And they did come from Asia. See, they told the truth about that part. Right. Okay?
They're Asian.
They're Asian. Israelites are Asian. They're on the continent of Asia. Duh. You ever heard the term, even the Muslims have that right? Black Asiatic man?
The Asiatic black brother.
Okay? Okay? But it's true. Because everyone in Asia was dark complected, man. Like I said, it wasn't until Alexander of Macedon when it went into Asia, conquered, which is why he's held in such a high esteem among the Edomite nation, is because through him they came into power, and the blessing of Isaac was fulfilled through Alexander. All right, through the sword they lived, and through the sword they got the dominion. Okay, and then they fell, and Jake took over all of Europe, took over all of Europe, all of Rome. All right, you can Google that. Somebody can Google it. You know, that time when black people became the Caesars in Rome, when they went from being the pagan Roman Empire to the Holy Roman Empire. All right, and then you had the wicked ass Constantine started the Catholic Church. That was started by niggas. Okay, the Council of Nicaea, they weren't white men. Those were Jakes. Okay, and what they tried to do was appease all the wicked Jakes around them by bringing them old Greekish fashion into Christianism. All right, because that's all Catholicism is the birth of Christianism. And they brought all that stuff into it. And they brought all them wicked, because you know it's not called Easter in the Bible. It's actually, and you can even look it up in the concordance. It can tell you that that's supposed to say Passover. They changed everything up. In Jeremiah, the 10th chapter, tells you not to do the whole Christmas tree thing.
Yep.
Okay, it's right there in your face, man.
Yeah.
What you got, brother?
Luke chapter 8, verse 17. It says, "For there is nothing secret that should not be manifest, neither any hid that should not be known or come abroad."
So everything's coming out, man. The truth is coming out, and it's coming out like a faucet. All right, like a pipe. You try to fix the pipe, and it bursts, and it's now spring.
Right.
It's all over the place.
And you remember the cartoons when they have one on the wall, he tried to put his other hand
Right.
up, they tried to put his foot
Yeah. and eventually he just get blasted away. All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I want to back up the brother Zerubbabel. This is the book of 2 Ezra 6:27. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Man, I love that scripture. That set of scriptures. Because that's what's happening. And whenever the truth comes out, it's to the shame of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Because he's still masquerading as the Israelites.
Yeah.
Not calling himself an Israelite, but calling himself an Israeli and a Jew. Those are hijacked terms to get away from Hebrew Israelites. Okay? 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians 11 and 22 real quick. All right? I heard you say Israel to use the Hebrew Israelite. Have you read the Bible? The Lord was a Hebrew Israelite. His people were Hebrew Israelites. Paul was a Hebrew Israelite. All of the disciples were Hebrew Israelites. Dumbass ninjas. Bring it out.
This is 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I.
Read it again.
Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I.
So you Christians have a problem with what the Bible actually says. The Christians were first, the Israelites were first called Christians at Antioch. They didn't call themselves Christians. They called themselves what?
Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I.
Now go to the scripture where Paul tells you his lineage and his tribe. Okay? This is in Romans. I think it's 11. All right? Paul tells you what he is. And you get people have a problem with the word Hebrew Israelite because they try to weaponize it.
Yeah.
They try to do it just like, you know, any so because the anti-Semitic game started in the 1860s. I forget the exact year. I think it might have been 1864. Whereas anything you say that doesn't agree with their narrative, anything you say that doesn't agree with their narrative, you're a J-head. You're anti-Semitic. Right?
And Elder, they teach you in schools you can be anything you want to be when you grow up.
Yeah.
You can't be, once you start preparing your heritage, now it's a problem.
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Because if we was out here screaming that, you know, that we was, you know, we was Muslims, anything else, they would have no problem. Okay? You can be word slander, black all day. It's Black History Month. They don't have no problem with that. And we done told you 1,000 times that black is an insult. Look the fucking word up, stupid ass people. I'm tired of you dumbasses. Tired of dumb ass ninjas, man. We done told, look the word up for yourself. All right? Look it up. Go to the etymology online, or if you have an etymology dictionary, or go to an old dictionary and look up black. That's why they call you that. All right? And then they call themselves white, and there's nothing white about them.
Right.
They're red. All right? And white is about purity and cleanness and wholesome and honest. This Trump and his administration, this is someone painted this giant on the wall. And I saw somebody put in a meme that a rectangle has been accosted by the government. They had a rectangle in handcuffs because it appeared in the files 60 million times. You know how the redactions, the little rectangle. So you got a black rectangle in handcuffs. That shit was hilarious. But here,
most dangerous niggas in the files.
Right. There it is, right there. Them damn rectangles. But somebody spray painted this on the wall, ginormous. It's on the wall side of a building. It says, and it's got all the redacted shit. All right? It's got all the redacted shit. Okay? It's got everything redacted, but it left out the world is run by pedophiles. Donald J. Trump is a child rapist, y'all. I don't know where this is, but someone spray painted up ginormous on the side of the building. All right? I kept it so I can use it as a tag for my videos. All right, there is nothing to see here. All right, that's what the caption over says.
That makes the U.S. citizens co-conspirators in this crime, because now you guys know in that list included all the people that you uphold as being decent and the trends of
and
society.
Christians, and good Republicans,
Tom Hanks,
and
remember
good
Philadelphia?
Democrats. Right.
Fuck you, Philadelphia.
And that's sad because he was literally one of my favorite actors.
Me too, man.
I was kind of hurt I was like, no, not Tom.
There's a snake in my
my
boot.
ninja,
Damn
man.
There's a Mexican
That damn
boot.
Forrest Gump.
I watch Forrest Gump 3 times a year.
That Forrest Gump and Captain Miller and
Saving Private Ryan, man.
I was
Come
like,
on,
damn,
man.
this nigga cold. And then when he played the Castaway, I was like, man, this dude got too much salt, he might be jaded. It don't matter, he a wicked ass nigga, man.
The fucked up part, the Wilson Ball was a depiction of one of the one of the victims.
Yeah, and so I hear.
When Hillary ripped the girl's face off and put her skin on.
Hillary Clinton.
That's called frazzle
Yes,
drip.
I heard some crazy story about how
That bitch is skin
matter of
face.
fact, I had a white woman tell me that she has heard some story where Hillary Clinton would ride around on a golf cart with a shotgun.
Damn.
And they would play.
She's more gangster than Cheney.
And when the girls would run, she'd ride around and chase them down and shoot.
Yeah.
That's where they get those movies from.
I'm like, damn. And I immediately thought about the hunt. And what was the other one?
This one was like a game.
Look at the last one we saw.
And the one, no, the
Fucking Tony lost the game.
matter of fact, the part 2 just came out. I actually have to check it out.
Ready or not?
Yeah, Ready or Not. Yeah, they actually dropping the Ready or Not because she survived the game. It activated part 2. Now all the wicked families
Come together. And they're all wealthy.
Yeah,
They're all wealthy millionaire
and to
families.
see whoever wins gets to be at the top of the family and everybody else under them.
Wow.
Yeah. So now this time they hunting her and her sister.
Because wasn't that the one where they had the I could be getting confused. There was another one where they would it was a game and they're like, we own this game. But that descendant was a wicked ass demon. And they're like, we gotta sacrifice.
That's the one. That's
the one.
That's Ready or Not. She was actually getting married.
Right.
And she happened to be the bride. Your bride happened, because the last time it was a sister. The old aunt was bitter because the man she loved got sacrificed.
Right.
So she was like, why do you get to be happy? She couldn't wait to kill her nieces, her nephew's wife. Because her man got sacrificed. So every family member, when you married into that family, you had to survive that night before you, exactly. If you didn't survive the game, or if it was time for that sacrifice. So that was Ready or Not.
And this shit happens. We broke up this movie because these things, this is what they do.
Yeah.
What they doing?
Our artist imitates life. What's the facts and strange and fiction?
Y'all seen that video of the one Jake in the airport? Like, the Epstein files just came out. So it's y'all acting normal, like everything's okay. He's like, y'all the problem.
Yeah. So, and then it's video after video of Edomites expression. It's video after video of Edomites complaining about how they want to unalive their, officials and shit. They're ready. Like, what are we waiting for? It's millions of us. It's thousands of them, but it's millions of us. So it's video after video after video. Okay? Go ahead.
I just want to bring out a definition about that about this anti, because they keep pretending, anti, we're against them, prejudice. But for people to be against you, why do they own every damn thing? Why do you have everything? It's more pros than anti. So I just want to read this definition right here, because it's just funny to me that they claim that people are against them, but y'all own every damn thing. That's more pro than it is anti. It's cracking me up. I just had to bring it out right quick. Anti-semantics. It says, this is AI overview. Prejudice, hostility, discrimination, or hatred directed at a certain people, institutions, or property.
But see, they scream that.
Right, but that's not the truth.
That's not the truth, because, like I said, you don't have to say anything that's offensive.
Right.
All you have to do is just not agree.
Right.
All you have to do is just not agree. It's like, well, I don't agree with that. You're a Jay hater. Right? like, huh? Okay? You start talking about very important issues and suffering of other people, and all of a sudden it has to be about them. Well, my great-grandma was at Auschwitz. It's like, who the fuck's talking about Auschwitz?
Right.
We're talking about
Ice cream.
So what all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they start talking about, well, I know about suffering because, nigga, you ain't, like they love to throw in your face, well, you didn't experience slavery.
You didn't experience that?
You didn't experience none of that. And flip side of that, you've been elevated very high since then.
Man.
It's slavery, people, the victim of slavery, well, everything that you have is because of them, and they have not been elevated to shit.
Right.
All right. Matter of fact, they still get the worst they still get all the low cards. In the game of spades, they get all the low cards and all the red cards.
Not one book.
Right? Not one spade.
Not one book.
Not one.
Right?
Okay. Not an ace of diamonds, nothing, man. All you get is a jack of clubs.
Right. To make you look like you got something. That's the sellout.
Right. That's the
right. That's the 50 cent niggas.
Yeah.
All right.
They just want to have.
Then as soon as the real money come out, you realize that jack ain't shit. When the queen show up,
right.
Sit your bitch ass down. Right. Then the king show up. Shut up, bitch. Right. So it's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
You know. So these Edomites have set themselves up. How you the victim?
And you
own
everything.
everything.
God, that's what you're right. That's more pros.
All
so
right.
you own all the sports teams. Go ahead, Squad.
We just were on the way here. We were traveling through the neighborhood on the way here to the Gold Coast. And I was pointing out to the brother all the because that's the strongest Jayish stronghold within the city limits. Is the Gold Coast and Streeterville. And all the $1 million homes and multi-million-dollar homes and multi-million-dollar condos is owned by them. On top of the gated communities. They got this one high-rise building facing that little park right there off Delaware, about a block from the synagogue. Okay, it's about a 12-story building, and it's only one way in. All right, and you drive into the and you can make a circle inside of it. It goes up 12 stories. You can drive into it and make it a circle in it and right back out. Okay? And it's basically, it's gated. So you can't even just walk off in it. Okay? And all them little gated communities around it. Like this one, see that high wall? That's why it's a wall around that whole neighborhood. That's a whole neighborhood in there. That's a gated community right there. Okay? You gotta climb and hop those walls and somebody gonna see you. As soon as you hit the ground, they're right on your ass. Right? Let me see ID. They're right on your ass, like you can hop the turnstile. Okay? So you own everything. Okay? You get interest-free loans. You get, if you go back to the land that you're not from, but you currently claim, you get free medical care, free college. Okay? You get free education.
They don't suffer like we suffer. They ain't in a position like we in a position.
No.
These devils you ain't gonna get pulled over and then you just gonna get a slap on the wrist like man, they gonna try to throw you under the bus. Like I had to go through this bull crap today. Which wasn't that bad. I learned something from the class, but it's just still it's the simple fact that I got lied on and have to even go there is so I can secure my license. Like that's some bull crap, man. These devils don't go for the things we go.
No, they're not. They're now guilty as other men. They, matter of fact, you get that. They prescribe laws, right? And they also deal treacherous. You get that too. Isaiah.
This is the book of Psalm 73 and verse 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men.
No, they're not, man. And then they scoff like Hillary was. At other people's suffering. Zechariah 11:5. Bring the scriptures out.
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe to them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed.
Yeah, they prescribe grievousness to make other people suffer. Yep. And they don't care how bad you suffer.
Nope.
As long as they living good. Right? Majority of the people that got them boats down in every summer, every spring and summer, especially them big used boats. The majority of them boat owners is the James. There's a few other white people that own them, but the majority is them. I know, because I used to go hang out with them. Most of them was my fucking clients. All right? You know it had to be some small nigga. James. Not just that. It wasn't just that fat nigga there. Right? Okay? He wasn't the only one. The point is, though, is I know because I experienced it. I've been around them a long time. I've been doing business with and around them for a long time. Right? For damn near three and a half decades. Okay? And I've learned. One of them said, God. Go ahead, brother.
Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right. And dealt treacherously, but they dealt not treacherously with thee, man. Because it's coming. All right? Go ahead, read.
When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Right, so when they try to, call peace, and safety, when they go to fill their belly, because they think they get everything on lockdown, that's when it's going to come. Okay? Get to the Zechariah 11:5 and Psalms 94 and 20. Whatever you got, brother.
This is Habakkuk 2:6. Should not all this take up a proverb against him, a time of proverbs against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his?
And that's what's happening, the people around the world. The people around the world are speaking against Esau. Okay?
It says, how long into him that lay himself within clay?
And I pray today, man, that the Lord please every other speaker. Please destroy these proud ass people. They so proud. And they so wicked. Right? They so proud. Spiritual. And they so got us in traps and snares with all their lies and decrees and their treachery. They got us so trapped up. Lord, please don't leave us in this.
Hey, but that goes into the strangers of our salvation because they're gonna be like, what? The Lord saved them out of every danger? The economy collapsed? They were gonna go hungry and they trusted in you?
Well, you know what, brother? They literally tried to exterminate us off the earth. Right?
Let's go.
And they failed.
What's double?
We were so resilient, we survived all their bullshit.
Yeah, it's gonna bite them in the ass at the end of the day, like you said right here. Surely they should they not rise up suddenly that lightly?
Yeah. Matter of fact, thinking about it, I just learned yesterday that Panama was a part of Colombia.
Hey.
I didn't know that.
As you know, the tribes, it has nothing to do with the countries, but the tribes.
Panama was a part of Colombia, man.
Look at me.
I'm like, you piece of shit. Esau did that. So that he could get a hold and control over the Panama Canal.
And it said, in a way that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties into them. So, hey, these devils are about to get real low, man. Because y'all got the power. Y'all got the, like you said earlier, man. They got the riches. Y'all got the power. Y'all got the gated communities. Y'all got all of this. And then you got the nerve to say you suffering some poverty. What poverty have you really suffered here? We've been suffering for centuries, man. All this hell you've been putting on us, we ain't got shit about to piss in real or nothing, man. You literally stole every goddamn thing from us.
And what's that saying? About to piss in or what you throw it out of? Right?
Hell, and that goes back to Europe.
Right. They do they piss out.
That's right. When we had water canals in Mesoamerica and canals and waterways, y'all niggas were shitting in pots and throwing out your crib.
And that was
when the Aztecs were being Aztec, y'all niggas were full of shit.
And that's when Esau came into power. Because when Jake was ruling Europe, that wasn't happening.
Had irrigation.
All right, that was when the Edomites took over France. That's where the high heel and the umbrella come from.
Right.
Civilization
walking
came
down
to
the
us.
street and all of a sudden somebody would just throw piss out the window.
They're like, we brought you civilization.
All I know that it'd have been a lot of people got dragged up their house and got their ass.
Yeah, they're like, we brought you civilization.
They'd have been like, man, look, hey, you better look before you throw something out. There's somebody out there.
not your religion. We have oils. Wash your ass.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's biting him now. He's seeing it. He's feeling it now. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of man's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So now you about to get spoiled, devil. It's time. It's time for us to get our revenge. And you just don't want to accept it. But guess what, bitch? You're going to accept it.
That's right. And for you fucking Hispanics, the Lord is a so-called black man, blacker than you and me. So you guys are going to die because you can't refuse to accept that the Messiah will be of dark flesh, because Esau taught you to hate that.
Hate themselves. 1 John 5 and 10. Yeah. Because they don't want to acknowledge the record. We spoke on that earlier. Revelation 1 and 1. The revealing of the Lord. All right? Somebody get Revelation 4 and 3.
This is the book of Revelations 4 and verse 3.
Read 1 and 1 first, then read yours. Matter of fact, get 1 John first. 1 John 5 and 10. Whoever got it.
This is 1 John 5 and 10. He that believeth on the Son of Yahweh hath the witness in himself. He that believeth not, Yahweh hath made him a liar, because he believeth not the record that Yahweh gave his Son.
Right, so you believe not the record, man. Because you will hear many Christians say, well, color is not in the Bible. You a lie. The Lord told you what he looked like. Right. He left the record, and he said, and he called you a liar if you believe not the record, man.
That's right.
And we used to do that back in the day. We started asking people, we used to stop people, hey, what color you think the Lord was?
Yeah, I remember that.
All right? We used to do that way back then. All right? What color you think the Lord was? Well, he had to be white. And a lot of people, and we had a lot of white people would be like,
they would see the sign.
No,
see the sign.
No. What my God we would leave camp and take off our garments with this asking. You know? And sometimes they would say it. They would do often. But, you know, they would speak up. Or when they would come up to camp, we'd ask them the same question. And a lot of times the Edomites would be like, yeah, we know it was black.
But a nigga or a Hispanic, they'll fight you to the death.
It was our own people fought us the hardest. When I think about it. I mean, every now and then, you know, you had an Edomite demon, you know, that didn't want it. Right. But the average Edomite, you know, you can use words and then they kind of force it like.
Right.
But our people,
you niggas and you smicks,
especially a nigga woman.
Oh God.
All right.
Not her.
If you can stop her neck. Cause she's so busy.
Not she.
Stop. Bitch, ain't you dizzy? Fuck. Start to throw your neck out.
Yeah.
Revelation 1 and 1. Then he's gonna get that Revelation 4.
Revelation 1 and 1. This is the book of Revelations 1 and 1. The revelation of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which Yahweh gave it to him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John.
Go ahead. No, that's good. That's the point. No, keep reading down. Yeah.
You gotta get this.
You gotta go to 2. Yeah.
It says, "Who bear record of the word of Yahweh."
He bear record, and he gave the record in 1 John. They believe not the record. Now the Lord is giving it to you, and they believe not the record. Read.
And of the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and of all things that he saw. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand.
Right, so he told you what he looked like in these scriptures. And people still have a problem, and they'll fix their lips to say something ignorant like, color's not in the Bible. You a lie.
Color don't matter.
Okay? If it didn't matter, he wouldn't have told you what he looked like. Now, one of the biggest things that they try to run to is they say he's olive color.
Which one?
Right? They say he's olive color.
Right.
Okay?
It can't be the first option.
So it can't be the first option. He's olive color, right? We know he's not the green one. So what, you got a brown and a black olive. All right? Now, And what's funny is when you look at that brown and that black olive, and then you look at jasper and the sardine stone. Okay? See? So we know it's not green. Well, he was olive color. Okay? There you go. Olive color. Right? The green olive, the brown olive, the black olive. He was green. Now, okay, come. All right. Now, get that and keep it in mind what you just saw with that brown and that black olive. Okay. Go ahead. Read the sardine stone, Baba Kashaf. Because this is a jasper and a sardine stone. All right? And, you know, so that's what the average Negro Latino come looking like. Those colors you just saw.
This is Revelation chapter 4. This is Revelation chapter 4, verse. Let me start at 1 and get straight to the point.
Yeah, get straight to the point.
Okay. Okay, it says in Revelation.
Ain't no foreplay, man. We going right in.
That's right. That's right. It says in Revelation chapter 4, verse 3, it says, and he that sat, so like y'all started verse 2, it says, and immediately I was in the spirit, and behold, a throne was set in heaven, and one sat on the throne, and he that sat was to look upon.
So now John the Revelator is telling you what he's looking at on the throne, how he looked.
That's right.
And we just gave you the physical, tangible evidences. Read.
And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone.
A jasper and a sardine stone. Now I wish I could do that offbeat ass Trump dance. Right? I can't even, I'm gonna throw some rhythm shit in there. I can't do it, but yeah.
Hey, because only he knows how to beat off 2 men at one time. That's not in our repertoire.
He's a rhythm,
You know
right?
what I'm saying? Thanks for fun.
He be, you know, like the typical Edomite, stuck in between the words and the music.
Right.
It's like, okay, which one do he can't do that, right? That nigga be stuck. He can't shift out of stupid. Fucking up the clutch. Go ahead, brother. No, that was it on that point. That was it on that point. Now, leave the record. Let's get here like that. Right? I'll take my
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7, verse 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool.
Like the pure wool. All right? Allah. Allah.
Yep, that's it right there.
He had the hair like the pure wool, man. All right? He had the hair like the pure wool.
Yeah, look at that, brother.
Okay? Okay? Cesare Borgia didn't have hair like wool.
Not at all.
Read.
It says, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as the burning of fire.
And his wheels is the burning of fire. So that's some things you see in the sky. You know that rock song, Aerials, all right? In the sky, that shit is cut though, all right? But yeah, that's what they see. Okay? Read. No, the next one.
This is the book of Revelation 1, and starting at verse 13.
Get the one where they talk about his skin was like the barrel.
Yes.
Right? And yeah, read that too. Go ahead.
And then Joel, where it says, my skin is black as honey.
You got it, 10, 5, and 6. I mean, nigga, something else. Okay, kind of, he got it. Either way. Go ahead.
Revelation 1.
Go ahead, he gonna read that.
Revelation 1 and verse 13, reading, and in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man.
Not 9 candlesticks like the J-ish. Okay, not 9. Okay, that's some bootleg bullshit. Read.
well with the garment down to the foot, and gird about the paps with a golden girdle.
So he had a garment like mine and went all the way down to his foot with a golden war belt on, like you hang a sword or a knife from. Right? It's also that's where the championship belt comes from. It's also to protect your entrance from sword. All right, from the guy who's real good with a sword and the blade. Cause he'll catch your sword and pull his blade out and try to hit you in the gut. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So white like my beard, woolly in texture like his hair. White like my beard in color, woolly in texture like his hair. Right? And I have definitions. Matter of fact, I'm sure I have it in my phone. When it gives you the breakdown, that was the kinky hair of Negroid people. That was in the definition of wool, which they have removed from Bibles. I mean, from dictionaries of new. Newspeak. Old. This is new. So the old dictionaries, you find that definition in it. The new ones they removed it.
Webster, each year Webster does a list of words that they no longer use. So guess what was one of those words that conveniently fell? One of the years nobody was paying attention. Woolly. All right, because if you ever watch like I don't know if Jake ever seen this, but if you ever watch the news January 1st, they say this is a list of words that Webster has deemed no longer usable, and then these are new popular. And some of those words fell in when you niggas weren't paying attention.
Yeah, there you go.
Verse 14, his head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as of the sound of many waters.
Right, and I have an image of a Jake holding a bar of brass in his hand. Okay? You're damn near the same color. Right? That's a typical black man. As brown as he is, and your dumb low IQ ass is still gonna call him black. All right? So here it is.
Right on, guys. Right on. How about that Mongolians running over German
there it
China?
Is.
It's that one. Right on.
Okay? You can't get around that, bro. All right, go ahead. Is this yours?
No, still some shit.
Okay.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. His body also was like the beryl,
which means he had on green. That's why they try to make the so-called aliens little green men with great big old heads, because they're trying to mimic that afro. That's what it really is. It's a green. He's wearing a green garment with bronze skin and a big afro, and how the artist depicted is a green man with a big ass head. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and his face as the appearance of lightning. It was bright ass aura around. It says, and his eyes as lamps of fire. They were very red. They were alive. He was charged up.
In the predator, when they would look at him, his eyes.
Right. Charged
so
up.
they know.
It says,
and these angels are going to be predators on your ass too.
Yeah, right. It says, and his arms and his feet.
You ain't going to be able to put no mud on you and hide from me. Right, and fight with him. You're going to go toe-to-toe with the angel.
It says,
yeah.
And his arms and his feet like in color to polished brass.
Yep, and it goes right back to what I just showed you on the camera. Polished brass and bronze are pretty much the same thing. All right, because some versions it actually says like the burnished bronze.
Right.
Okay? And the skin of bronze.
And the voice of his words like the voice of a multitude.
Right? Even if we go, even if we go into
Hey, I pray to the Yahweh, but it's not my key, bro.
Okay, yeah. If we go to the if we go into the jewels and we go into the aisle and get a bronzer that the Edomites are gonna go get to put on their skin, all right? It's dark because it's full of melanin. So we already know. Now I know where the melanin came from.
Exactly.
So they got bottles of dead babies on the shelf in there.
That's where the melanin came from.
Okay, that's where the melanin comes from.
You put it under the UV light, that pale skin turns completely black.
Yeah.
They put it on sunscreen. And it kind of makes sense why Arnold had to put the blood on him. He had to be of color. You had to be of the elect. You had to be brown.
Say the predator with the alien sign. I see you, nigga.
Okay, yeah. Oh, he one of us. Oh, okay.
Okay, right.
I'm after Edomites. I ain't really.
There you go. So you good, Jake. I ain't after you.
I ain't on your ass. Where's Esau? That's funny.
You got one? Bring it out, bro.
This is First Maccabees 3 and I started 47. Then they fasted that day and put on sackcloth and cast ashes upon their heads and rent their clothes and laid open the book of the law where the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So there you go. The heathen sought to paint the likeness of their images. And that's the images that's been presented to you in the church. And then you deny it when you hear the actual image. But that's to your own downfall. Because I remember once asking, I remember talking to a Catholic. And I asked him, I said, do you believe that the Bible is the inspired word of God? And he said, I do. And I said, okay. I said, do you believe that the Bible speaks the truth? He said, I do. I said, now, do you believe that the Pope is higher than the word of God? And he said, I do. And I said, then we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Of course. There's nothing. No man is higher than the word of God, man. All right? That's exactly it. So he wanted to hold on to his idolatry. So I'll see his dumb ass on the other side.
That's right.
Okay? And when he's dying grievously, the Lord probably going to remind him of that. When he's begging, you know, for his life, the Lord going to make that flash in his head. He going to hear the name, you know, you're going to hear the name Yahweh Shai. All right? But it's going to be too late. Okay? Hey, so look, so we're going to wrap it up. So with that, we're going to give all praise, all honor and glory to Yahweh. Palm Yasharallah. Palm Yasharallah. Papa Ball.